Hi, second grade. Happy Monday. I hope you guys are all staying healthy and you're doing well. And I hope you know that Miss Gates and Miss Holbrook and I miss you guys so much, okay? So today for math, we are going to review numbers that are 10 less, 10 more, or 100 less or 100 more than a given number. But before we do that, we're going to review place value. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Let's see. Okay. All right, so we're going to start off with 3-digit numbers, but remember we first started off with 2 digits, so we'll review that as well. But remember, so 3 digits means that there are 3 individual numbers and a whole number. Remember, digit is another word for number. So we have the hundreds place, we have the tens place, and we have the ones place in 3-digit numbers. So our number, our example here I have for you guys is 357. Okay, so there's a 3, 5, and a 7, so 3 digits, 357. The 3, which I have underlined, is in the hundreds place, okay, 357. So the 3 is in the hundreds place. Remember when we talked about expanded form? When we break it up, we pull it all apart, 300 plus 50 plus 7. The 3 is in the hundreds place, okay? The 5 is in the tens place, which means there are 5 tens. So in expanded form, that would be 50, meaning 5 tens is the same as 50. So if I had 5 rods from the base 10 blocks, we would have 50 together, all together. Okay, so the 5 is in the tens place, and then the 7 is in the ones place. So if we had broken this up using base 10 blocks, we would have 3 flats, because remember each flat is 100. We would have 5 rods, meaning 50, and then we would have 7 units, because the units represent singles, ones. So we have 7 ones. So this number has a 3 in the hundreds place, a 5 in the sevens place, in the tens place, and a 7 in the ones place, 357. Okay, let's review 2-digit numbers. Now in 2-digit numbers, we only have tens and ones. Okay, so I put a 0 here to show you that there are 0 hundreds. The 0 is a placeholder, which I know I've talked about with my students. So hopefully my students remember that. The 0 is a placeholder. We have no hundreds, which is why the 0 is there. The number is 23. So in 23, the 2 is in the tens place. So if I had 2 rods using our base 10 blocks, we would have 2 tens, which is 20 together. So the 2 in 23 is in the tens place. And then if I have the 3 in the ones place, to show this with the base 10 blocks, we would have 2 rods, 10, 20, and 3 units. 1, 2, 3, 23. So the 2 in 23 is in the tens place, and the 3 is in the ones place. Okay? All right, so now we are going to review 10 less, 10 more, and so on. I'm going to share my screen with you guys again, and we're going to use the Flare tool that we use in school. Hopefully you guys can see this. You might remember this from when we used it in class back at school. So I am going to use this blue color to highlight my number that we're going to use, okay? So my first number is going to be 35, okay? So looking at 35 and thinking about what we just talked about with place value, I need to know what number is in the tens place. So I see that this is a 2-digit number, okay? So the 3 is in the tens place, okay? The ones place is going to stay the same because we're only adding 10 more. We're not adding 1 more, we're doing 10 more and 10 less. And we're going to start off with 10 less first. So I'm going to highlight the 10 less with the red color, okay? So I know the 3 is in the tens place. And if I want to take away 110, that means I have to take away 1 from 3, which would be 2. 1 less than 3 is 2. So 10 less than 35 is 25. Now, we just took away a 10. But if you need to double check, you could count back by ones to make sure that 10 less than 35 is 25. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we landed on 25, so we're right. 10 less than 35 is 25. Okay, now we're going to do 10 more. So I'm going to use this green color to identify the number that is 10 more than 35. So we already know that the 3 is in the tens place. So when we took away 10, we subtracted 110. Now we want to add 10. So we're going to add a 10 to the tens place. So 3 out of 10, 4. It would be 45. Okay, so 10 more than 35 is 45. Now let's count just to double check to make sure we didn't make a mistake. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. So 10 less than 35 is 25, and 10 more than 35 is 45. So let's try that one more time. I'm going to clear these, okay? And now let's do 70, okay? So our number is 70, and we have to start off by finding out which digit in 70, or what number in 70 is in the tens place. So 7 is in the tens place, okay? So if I want to find out what's 10 less than that, I have to take away a 10. So 10 less than 7 would be 6, so it would be 60. So 10 less than 70 is 60. So let's count back by ones just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. We landed on 60. So 10 less than 70 is 60. Okay, now let's do the same thing, but we want to find out what 10 more than 70 is. So like we said, the 7 is in the tens place. Now we need to find out what's 10 more than 70. So I need to add a 10. So that would make it 80. So 10 more than 70 is 80. Let's double check. Make sure we didn't make any mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. So 10 less than 70 is 60, and 10 more than 70 is 80. Okay? So you guys can use the number chart that we have on our websites, or you may be able to use this using Clever. I'll look into it and we will let you guys know to identify the numbers that are 10 less and 10 more. Okay, so to do 100 less, I'm going to share, we're going to go back to that first screen where we reviewed place value and look at the 3 digits. Now, we don't have a hundreds chart that has all of these numbers on it, and if we did, it would be really, really big, and it would take a lot of time. So we're going to review it this way. Remember, our 3-digit number is 357. So just like our 2-digit numbers when we did 35, 10 less, 10 more, the number in the ones place stayed the same. Now this time with 3-digit numbers, when we're trying to identify 100 more, 100 less, the number in the tens place is also going to stay the same. The only number or digit that's going to change when we add 100 more or 100 less is the number in the hundreds place. So if you remember, in our number 357 here, the 3 is in the hundreds place, okay? So if I wanted to find out what 100 less than 357 is, okay, you could take away 100 from this place right here, from the 3. So I know 1 minus 3 is 2, so it must be 257. 257 is 100 less than 357, okay? Now I want to find out how many, or what number is 100 more than 357. So instead of taking away 1, I want to add 100. So 3 at 100, 4. 457 is 100 more than 357. Now I'm going to share my screen with a different screen with you guys using the base 10 blocks on Flare to show this with you guys using manipulatives. So 1 second. Let's go back to the screen. Where are you? I'm going to share my screen. Okay, and we are going to switch, oh, 1 second, I'm sorry guys. We are going to switch flare tools. Okay, we are going to go to the place value. And remember how we use these at school too when we were learning about 2-digit and 3-digit place value numbers. So remember, we're going to scroll down here, and remember these are called flats and they represent 100. So if our number was 357, we're going to need 3 of these to make it 300. Okay? And then we are going to look for the rods. And how many do we need of these? There's 57, so 5. We would need 5. So 10, 20, 30, 40. Let's lower these a little bit. And one more would be 50. Okay? And now we need our ones, so our units, 7. We need 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? So we have 357. Let's count. 100, 200, 300, 310, 320, 330, 340, 350, 351, 352, 353, 354, 355, 356, 357. Okay? So if I wanted to take away 100 less than 357, all we have to do is take away one of these flats, and we're left with 257. Okay? Now, if I wanted to, let's see if I can move it back out here. Nope. All right. I'm having trouble moving it, so I'm just going to add one more. Okay? If I wanted to add 100 more, if I want to find out how many more, what number is 100 more than 357, all you have to do is add another flat. How many flats do we have? We have 4, which means we have 457. Okay? 100 more than 357 is 457. All right? Hopefully you guys remember that, and hopefully you guys, if you have any questions, you can ask me or Miss Holbrook or Miss Gates. And later this week we are going to review money, and I will post those videos. We will share those videos with you guys. There are activities on Seesaw today for you guys to do to review 10 less and 10 more, 100 less, 100 more, and there are resources as well on our choice board that you guys can check out. All right, you guys, we miss you, and I hope you're doing well. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.